What are the 5 most expensive cities in the entire world? Today I'm going to share with you guys the 5 most expensive, and I'm also going to share with you guys why they are the most expensive. I cannot wait to share this with you guys today. Good day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you know, I am Jeremy and this is the Financial Education Channel, and today we're talking about the 5 most expensive cities in the entire world. After yesterday's video of doing the 5 cheapest cities in America, or actually I did the cheapest states in America, I thought it would be just fun to do a video about the 5 most expensive cities in the entire world. And my question is for you now, is an American city in there? Is one of the cities from the United States of America? We know Manhattan's insanely expensive. We know LA is insanely expensive. Are any American cities in there? Think about that. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Number 5, the 5th most expensive city in the entire world? Paris, France. Paris, France comes in at number 5. Now, Paris is expensive for a few reasons. One, it is the most traveled to destination in the entire world. Over 80 million people go to Paris, France each year. That's unbelievable. 80 million per year. Now, why does that matter? Well, that pushes up prices of everything from hotels to residential because more hotels are needed, so they take up more space in a clustered city that's already very cramped for space. Then you have into the fact that all restaurants and things like that know they can get more because they have travelers incoming. It's just like if you go to, say, the Las Vegas Strip. On the Strip, you pay an insanely expensive price for everything, whereas if you go off the Strip to somewhere in the Las Vegas suburbs, it's much cheaper. Well, in Paris, there's really no suburbs to go to, so you stay in Paris and you spend money in Paris. And all the people that live in Paris end up dining there and all those kinds of things. So the restaurants, everything is very, very expensive in Paris. And then you add on to the fact that tons of corporations are all headquartered in Paris. Offices are in Paris. Everybody wants to be in Paris. It's almost like in New York, so many businesses want to be in Manhattan, which is one of the reasons Manhattan prices are so high. Well, in Paris, everybody from France wants to be in Paris. They want to have that Paris name attached to their business. And that pushes up the prices for everything. And then you add on that it's very historical. There's tons of historical buildings in Paris. Tons of them that cannot be torn down so some skyrise can rise to the sky. No, you have to keep those buildings. They're protected because that's part of the reason why so many people travel to Paris. And it's such a big industry. So Paris is very cramped for space, which makes the residential prices go to insane heights for a rent, or if you want to actually buy a place and get a mortgage. So that's number 5. So number 4 and number 3 are both located in the same country. Which country is it? Switzerland. Number 4, we have Geneva, Switzerland. And at number 3, we have Zurich, Switzerland. 2 cities, both in the top 5. That is incredible. Now, what makes these 2 Switzerland cities stand out from the rest of the world? What makes them so expensive? Well, they're a financial hub and they have extremely low taxes, so they attract a lot of very wealthy people wanting to do business in those cities or just wanting to live in those cities if possible. Now, in both those cities, they have extremely high minimum wage, extremely high. A cashier at a regular food store in Switzerland can make around $25 per hour. That is ridiculous. $25 an hour for a position that, stay in the United States, makes around $9, maybe $10 an hour. $25 an hour. So the minimum wage is insanely high, which kind of pushes up the prices for everything. Residential, there's not a lot of land being used for residential, so that pushes up the prices very high on the land. And then you tack on the fact that it's almost in an island. If you know where Switzerland is, it's actually right in the middle of Europe. But it's almost like it's its own island because it's not part of the EU. It's not part of the EU, which means they have to import and export things and pay taxes on all those kinds of things. So which means the prices of everything goes up much higher than if, say, they were part of the EU. So everything in Switzerland, the prices are pushed up a lot. And they have a lot of conventions and things there that bring in some of the wealthiest people in the world. We're talking about people that are worth hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, like the Geneva Convention, things like that. They have a lot of the G20 summits, economic summits and things there. The prices are astronomical. I heard a story last year where a hot dog, just a regular hot dog, it was the cheapest thing on a menu at this one hotel. It was $45. $45 for a hot dog. It's ridiculous over there. So that covers number 4 and number 3. Coming in at number 2, Hong Kong. Hong Kong, not a lot of people know this, but it's actually a region of China. But in Hong Kong, they have their own set of laws and their own set of government they use that's not based upon China. So that's just a very interesting fact. The only thing that's dictated from China is military and foreign relations. Other than that, Hong Kong makes it pretty much its own rules. So, Hong Kong. Why is Hong Kong so expensive? Very low taxes, very capitalistic, very free trade, and it has the 4th highest population of millionaires for the city. So as a percent, they have the 4th highest of any city in the world. So you have a lot of millionaires in one little section, and that pushes up residential prices to astronomical rates when you have something like that. And then you tack on the fact that a lot of rich Chinese, when they do get rich from one of the, I would say, less cities you would want to live in, they want to move to a major city like Hong Kong. Maybe they move to Beijing, but if they're not moving to Beijing, they probably want to move to Hong Kong. So that pushes up the prices on everything. And if you've seen pictures of Hong Kong, they have towers and towers and towers of skyscrapers in Hong Kong. And they're just filled with a lot of very wealthy people, and that pushes up residential prices very high and just prices overall. Number 1, the number 1 most expensive city in the entire world. Is it New York? Is it LA? Is it something from the United States? No, it is Singapore. Singapore is the number 1 most expensive city in the entire world. Now, before we talk about why, let's talk about the main thing. Have you ever heard the rumor that it's illegal to chew gum in Singapore? It's illegal to import gum into Singapore? Well, that's actually true. You cannot do it unless you have a, written prescription from your doctor. So you have to chew gum. It's almost like marijuana in the United States, where you can't smoke marijuana unless you have a prescription from a doctor. It's the same thing with gum in Singapore. Could you imagine what they would do if you spit out your gum on the sidewalk or something? Like if it's illegal to chew gum, imagine spitting it out on the sidewalk. Do you get your hand chopped off? I don't know. Anyways, Singapore is another huge financial hub. For the top 4 cities are all considered huge major financial hubs. Maybe that's got something to do with why they're so expensive. Both the Switzerlands, Hong Kong, and Singapore, all known as major financial hubs, major banking centers. Now, Singapore has the 2nd highest population of millionaires per the population. So they have people pushing up the prices on residential, just like some of the other cities have, to astronomical rates, where if you want to rent a small place or if you want to buy a small place in Singapore, it is unbelievable how expensive it is. Good luck trying to find a place under $400,000 in Singapore, even if it's a 1-bedroom. That's how expensive things are. And then you want to drive a car? You want to drive a car in Singapore? You're going to have to pay 1.5 times that car's value each year in taxes. So you drive, let's say, a $40,000 car, you need to pay in taxes per year $60,000. That alone, you can see why Singapore is so insanely expensive. Singapore does have super low taxes on other things like income and those kinds of things. So it might be a great place if you're super wealthy to move to. And then probably try not to drive a car because you will get hammered if you have a car. That is incredible. So that basically covers the 5 most expensive cities in the entire world and some of the reasons why they are as expensive as they are. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was just a for fun video. But if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, you may want to. I talk a ton about personal finance on this channel. I talk a lot about stocks, what stocks I'm buying, investments, and I talk about entrepreneurship, being a young entrepreneur. And every once in a while, I just do a fun video like this that kind of isn't anything. It's just economically related. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a great day.